पंजाब टेलीविजन देख रहे सारे ही दर्शकों ਨੂੰ बहुत प्यार भरी सत श्री अकाल नमस्कार आदाब मैं ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਮਨਨ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਿੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਚੇਚੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡਾ ਗੈਸਟ ਆਵਰ ਗੈਸਟ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣੂ ਕਰਾਈਏ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਮੱਲਾਂ ਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਸੋ ਉਸੇ ਲੜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਜੁੜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ ਰਿਬੇਕਾ ਲੌਕਵੁੱਡ ਰਿਬੇਕਾ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ
Thank you very much. Nice
Sat
to
Sri
be
Akal.
here. Sat Sri Akal. Namaskar.
And welcome to the show, Rebecca. Rebecca Lockwood, एक बहुत ही well-known immigration lawyer ने. So Rebecca, this is your first time a visit to Punjab Television. How are you feeling?
Fantastic. It's fantastic to be here. Thank you for having me.
So tell us something about you, what you do. I know you are an immigration lawyer, barrister and solicitor. So tell us your journey in the legal field.
Sure. I graduated from Osgoode Hall Law School with my JD, and I trained under Barbara Jackman, a veteran refugee and immigration lawyer based here in Toronto. And now I work with her at Jackman Nizami and Associates as an immigration lawyer. I focus on legal services for immigrants and refugees of all backgrounds, specifically international students, families, and businesses who want to come to Canada and start building a life here.
Absolutely, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਲੈਂਡ ਆਫ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੈਂਟਸ ਚਾਹੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਆਏ ਹੋ 1 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਿਕ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਹ 100 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੋਏ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤਾਣਾ ਬਾਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੋ ਈਵਨ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਅ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੈਂਟ ਆਈ ਕੇਮ ਟੂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਅਬਾਊਟ 14 years ago so I started my journey from that moment so I'm pretty sure your forefathers also came to Canada as an immigrant and now you are helping out immigrants settling down legally professionally.
Absolutely. I'm a first-generation Canadian myself, so I was born and raised here, but both my parents were born in other parts of the world, and so it's a personal value and commitment myself to help others build their lives here with their families, just as my parents did, and with us and with myself and my sisters.
Wonderful. And how is your practice going on? What kind of cases you specifically deal these days?
Right now, my work focuses on businesses and families, so a lot of family sponsorships, a lot of express entry applications, and helping international students get permanent residence after they study.
Wonderful. So, these days there's a lot of focus on international students. They are being given study visas, and when they come here, they study, and then they get the work permits. Do you see that transition quite smooth, or are there challenges within those?
There are challenges. I think it depends on the student's path and the program that they've chosen. Mm-hmm. If someone's chosen a part-time program, it can sometimes be a bit more difficult to move to the next phase that's more permanent.
Right.
But now under the new express entry system, the international students who have studied in Canada and have worked here for some time have a very good chance at getting permanent residence and getting it very fast. So that's great for students.
So these immigration policies, they keep on changing. We have a new government at the federal level, so they recently made some announcements. Mm-hmm. Do these announcements really percolate down to the end users? Are they able to benefit right away, or does it still take time for those policies or announcements to take action?
Well, we're still seeing what the changes, what they look like on the ground, but overall, it's been pretty positive. This is a very good year for immigration.
Okay.
The government is increasing their numbers by 20%.
Right.
So they're trying to get 20% more applications approved and settled by the end of 2017.
Okay.
Specifically for the business streams, and that includes international students, as well as the family stream, so sponsorships of parents, spouses, and children.
Right. Well, family reunification has been a hallmark of Canadian immigration. We always try to unite families, whether it's the spousal visas or it's parents or grandparents. Mm-hmm. I know you handle a lot of cases from the South Asian community, especially the Punjabi community, right? The Indo-Canadians. So what does how did that connection happen actually?
Oh, well, this is both personal and professional. So I guess the first thing is that I'm marrying into a Punjabi family. I'm getting married in March.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. My husband-to-be is half Punjabi. His father is from Taran in Punjab. And my fiance is actually in India right now working. So I've been traveling to and from India a lot over the past 2 years.
Okay.
And so I know Punjab very well, both, just with my fiance's family and also my travels to Punjab. Now, with that background, I have come to know the culture and the community very well, and I know specifically what people, when they're looking to immigrate, what they are looking for in a trusted counsel.
Right.
So I've been learning Hindi and Punjabi, so It's just thodi Hindi, thodi Punjabi,
Nice.
but I'm learning one step at a time, and I'm working more and more with immigrants from South Asia, especially from Punjab, especially from India. So I feel very acquainted and very familiar with the particular types of problems, and also the needs and wants of the community as well.
Wonderful. You mentioned that you are learning Hindi and Punjabi, so probably next time we'll do a full-on interview in Hindi and Punjabi, because you'll be much more fluent by that time.
Yes, I hope so. Maybe not 100%, maybe 50% of it we can do.
That's a good start.
Yes, we'll go sentence by sentence.
Yeah. That's true. You mentioned Tarun Taran, so have you been to Tarun Taran? It's a town, city near Amritsar, where the Golden Temple is, and it's one of the holiest places over there. So how was your visit and how was your experience over there?
It was fantastic. I've actually not been to the town of Tarn Taran itself. Most of my fiance's family is now in Amritsar and Malaysia and Australia, actually.
Okay, quite global.
Quite global, yes. And my fiance is currently based in Jalandhar, so I've spent a lot of time in Jalandhar and Patiala and Chandigarh, and a bit of time in Ludhiana as well. And I recently went on my first visit to the Golden Temple in Punjab, and it was a beautiful, beautiful site.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It's a unique experience.
Very much.
You really get involved into the unique, peaceful atmosphere over there.
Yeah.
That's quite a good lifetime experience, I must say. So you mentioned that you're getting married in March.
Yes.
So is the marriage ceremony planned in Punjab? Which part?
It's actually happening in Rajasthan. So
Okay.
most of our guests have never been to India.
Okay.
And so we were looking for a place that people would most likely go and visit, and so we were getting married in a fort in Rajasthan.
In a fort, wow.
Yes.
Well, congratulations in advance. And I know Punjab is in news these days due to the provincial elections happening there.
Mm-hmm.
So Tarun Taran, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, every city is engrossed into political activities.
Yes, I've seen a lot about it, and I hear a lot about it through my fiance now when I'm here.
Right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the challenges faced by Indo-Canadians and in the immigration process and the visa cases. What kind of challenges, especially you tend to resolve with your legal expertise?
Absolutely. So I do a lot of spousal sponsorships and family sponsorships,
Okay.
and as we know, for in the Indian culture, family is very, very important.
Right.
And a marriage is sort of at the foundation of that, a partnership between two people.
Right.
So the good news is that the Canadian government is going to increase the number of spousal sponsorships that are going to be accepted this year. But they've also made the application process a little bit more challenging.
Okay.
There's two parts of the sponsorship process two parts of the test. So you have to prove a marriage is genuine,
Right.
and that it was not entered into for immigration purposes.
Right.
So now that I know very, very well about what Punjabi families are like and what a Punjabi marriage is also like,
Right.
I can help Punjabi families and Indian families more generally go through the application process and how to make their story fit with the test and the new application process that the government has outlined.
So do you see there's a lot of marriages happening out of convenience, just to get the spousal visa and come down to Canada? Do you see that fraud level or, those kind of fraudulent marriages still on the rise?
It's still a priority of the government to focus on trying to target marriages of convenience, but in actual fact, they're a very small percentage. They're only about 6% of the applications that are rejected for that reason.
From India or generally?
Generally speaking.
Okay.
Generally speaking. But when two families try and bring a husband and a wife together,
Right.
there are various factors that go into that
Right.
as well. And sometimes it's the families as much as the couple that are trying to make this arrangement and make this union happen and possible. And so this is not a marriage of convenience necessarily. This is simply two families uniting together.
True.
But sometimes it's misconstrued, I think, that a marriage that will come together for reasons of immigration only, when it's not only immigration.
Right.
It's a much larger picture. So I try and, for marriages in that situation, I try and paint the picture more holistically and globally so that we see the whole picture of the marriage and the two families coming together and not just the immigration factor.
Right. And I think there could be this factor also over there, because many marriages in India, they are arranged marriages. They are not like, they're not North American style marriages where
Yes.
you live together, there's courtship for a longer period of
Yeah.
time. I think to to reflect upon that kind of arranged marriage relationship, I think becomes more challenging for families.
Yes, definitely, and that's where I think I'm well suited to help, and that's what I try and do, because I know both cultures and I know what on the government side they're looking for, and I also understand on the Indian side what
Right.
the meaning of family and what that marriage is actually meant to be. I can translate what that marriage is and what an arranged marriage is to the language of the law, and make the person deciding the application see that it's about family. It's not about convenience or arrangement only.
ਰਾਈਟ ਵੈਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਰਿਬੈਕਾ ਲੌਕਵੁੱਡ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਾਇਰ ਨੇ ਬੜੇ ਹੀ ਵੈਲ ਨੋਨ ਇੱਥੋਂ GTA ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਆਈ ਨੋ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਯੋਰ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਆਫਿਸਿਸ ਇਨ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਆਲਸੋ ਸੋ ਇਫ ਐਨੀ ਆਫ ਆਰ ਵਿਊਅਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਟੂ ਯੋਰ ਆਫਿਸ ਇਨ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਹਾਊ ਡੂ ਦੇ ਡੂ ਦੈਟ and also how can they connect here in the GTA?
Absolutely. So I have an affiliate firm in Delhi called the Law Offices of India.
Okay.
And you can find all of their information on my website at lockwoodlegal.ca. You can also give me a call or give me an email, and I'll be providing the number as well for the India offices.
Absolutely. So ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਰਿਬੇਕਾ ਲੌਕਵੁੱਡ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸਾਡਾ ਗੈਸਟ ਔਰ ਸਟੇ ਟਿਊਨਡ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਬੈਕ